Well, today is Tuesday, June the 20th, 2017. Welcome to Let's Talk About Tomorrow. Glad you're here. My name is Earl Arnold. I am the host. Got a great show planned. Matter of fact, got a whole week that's going to be great. I mean it. But first, my opening comments. Stick around. All right. This is kind of a little bit off-center opening comments, but it's just something that I was thinking about, and I thought, why not ask? If you had the opportunity to be somebody different than yourself for one full day, who would you choose to be? I think all of us have people that we've idolized over the years, and man, we just thought, gosh, must be great to be that guy or that girl. I mean, you can go back in history or somebody you met yesterday. I'll tell you this, when I was a kid, there was one time that I wished I could have been Elvis Presley. Oh, man. I would have just given my left arm to be Elvis. And I know there's a lot of other guys out there that probably felt the same way. See, when I was in high school, I was, I was known for singing and stuff like that. And one of the things I was known for was my Elvis skit that I did in Carnival. Now, at Clarksville High School, that was a singing and dancing group we had called Carnival. I did this Elvis thing, had the women on my legs and everything else, just like Elvis did in concert. That was pretty cool. I also did John Travolta in Grease. I don't know. It's just something about I maybe the Brill cream and the hair. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. So think about it. If you take 5 minutes out of your day, daydream a little bit, and go back in time and look through your life and say, who would I be if I had a chance to be that person for one full day? Now, I'll tell you another person. The older I got, the more I got involved with singing with bands and all that. Man, I would have loved to have been Steve Perry, lead singer for Journey. Come on. I mean, who wouldn't want to be Steve Perry for a day? I mean, that's like, wow. Think about it. Make sure you use the comment form on my website, letstalkabouttomorrow.com. Come on, send in a form. Let me know who you would be. I'd love to share it on the show. If you've downloaded the mobile apps from Google Play or the App Store, which is Let's Talk About Tomorrow, they're free mobile apps. If you have them on your phone, use the comment form. Send me who you would be for one day. That's a pretty cool topic. That's it. I just want to know. So now I come. Oh, that's a little bit too early for that, so oh well. Stick around. Well, I'm really excited about my first guest today. This guy is probably the first musician that I remember being in a real recording studio with. It has been many, many years ago. We still work a lot together today. I'm so honored to be able to keep working with this guy. He's had so much success over the years. He's worked with people such as Dolly Pardon, Rod Stewart, Alabama, Eric Church, Olivia Newton-John, Paul Simon, Steve Winwood, Felix Cavalier, Tanya Tucker, Leonard Skinner, Brian Wilson, Confederate Railroad, Jeff Foxworthy, Steve Warner. I mean, the list just keeps on going and going. Not only is he a great guitar player, he's also a producer, engineer, and someone I'm proud to call my friend. I want to welcome to the show Mike Sievers. He's joining us via the Let's Talk hotline. All right, Mike, are you with us?
I am with you.
How are you, buddy?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. How are you today?
I know you're tired. I mean, you just pretty much walked off a plane here like in the last few hours.
Yeah, I was in Southern California in San Diego. Out doing a short little run with Don McLean, who I guess people would remember. He's the guy that, of course, had that song "American Pie." So
yeah, I think we've heard of that.
Yeah.
I think we've heard of that song. You know, that's a pretty, that was a pretty well-known song, today and back in the day. So now
yeah, it did okay for him.
yeah. I was reading that with Don McLean on American Pie, I think it was like in 2001, that song was like in the top 5 of the century.
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
That doesn't surprise me, but
well, it doesn't me either. But
that's cool.
The top 5, that's crazy. Now, you were out with him touring in California. How did that go?
Oh, it was great. We just, he's not on a. I guess it's not like a proper tour that he's doing right now. It's just more going out and playing kind of one-off gigs.
Yeah.
This year, he'll probably tour more extensively next year, go overseas and everything. But we played a big fair at the San Diego County Fair, which I think it seems like a really big one.
Yeah.
Played out on an outdoor stage, which was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And and then we played a couple of smaller venues while we were out there, and it's just always great. He's still, just by the power of those songs that he had.
Wow.
American Pie, that we mentioned, and also Vincent, and
yeah,
a couple others like that. And he's had songs like that other people have recorded as well. And
sure.
Those songs are powerful. They live on.
Oh yeah. How does it feel to be back home?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love to play. I mean, it's what I do. I love to get out and play, but the traveling.
Yeah.
That's
a little tough, isn't it?
Tedious. A little tedious sometimes, but it's okay. It's a good job.
Well, it's nice to be back home in your own bed too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, listen, I was sharing with some friends. We talk often, on the air and off the air, and just a couple of topics that I wanted to bring up. Number one, I want to first start out by saying I'm really grateful you're on the show. I was kind of doing some research of our history, and I went back all the way to 1988, and you actually played guitar at Hilltop Studios. John Nicholson, who's now the owner, was the chief engineer back then. You played guitar on a song I wrote called Mama, and it was funny because it was about 6 or 7 years prior to that, I met you for the very first time, and you were playing electric guitar in that session. And I remember when I called John Nicholson, like I said, 6 or 7 years later, I said, John, I really want that guy that played guitar that day. And John was like, Earl, I don't know who that is. And I went, he's one of those twins. And he got to laughing, and he says, well, which one? And I'm thinking, for my listeners, Mike and Pat Sievers are twins. I've shared with you that the both of them have played with every major star there is. They play on the Grand Ole Opry all the time, but they are twins. And so that given day, I told John, I said, he was the electric player. And John says, oh, you mean Mike Sievers? I said, yeah, that's him. And so he helped me set it up to bring you back in 1988 to do that little 45. That's how long ago it was. It was on a 45. And so,
wow.
but I probably would have never kept going in the industry and doing what I'm doing if it weren't for you. And I have to always start out by thanking Mike Sievers first, because you were really the original that helped me kind of get started. You had a big hand in teaching me how to write the musical charts and stuff that you guys use every single day in the studio. Between you and Kurt Ryle, I don't think I could have ever done it without you two guys. So thank you first and foremost. I really do appreciate all your help over the years. So,
well, Well, that's very nice. Thank you. I've just, I'm really glad that we're working together again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's one of the things that I love so much about what we do. I was talking with my wife Peggy the other day, and just about all the friends that we have and people that we've worked with and down through the years and everything. It's just it's really the best part of it. For me, it really is.
I agree. I was talking to our mutual friend Kurt Ryle the other day, and it was so funny. One of the last or most recent sessions that I did, I was producing some songwriter songs, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but we were all at Joe West's place at the West Barn there in Franklin.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, right up the road from your house. And it was funny. I told Kurt when I was talking to him, I said, "Man, was that not like the greatest assembly of musicians all in one room?" And Kurt went on saying, "Yeah, that was just a great day." And it was funny because I said, "Do you remember the lineup?" And Kurt said, "Yeah." And I said, we had you, Kurt, were on acoustic guitar, and we had Jimmy Nichols was on piano, Steve Bryant was playing bass, Dennis Holt on the drums, Wanda Vick doing overdubs. And then I said, then we had Mike Sievers on electric, and Kurt says, "Yeah, I don't like that guy. He does stuff that after I hear what he did, I look at him and say, man, I wish I would have done that." So it's so funny that all of us friends can cut up that way too and make each other laugh, and we don't take things offensively. We really do have a lot of fun. And,
we do.
I was going to ask you this too. Now, for my listeners, Mike has been in the studio all these years. I mean, this is what Mike does every day. He's in a studio mostly every day, playing guitar on records, on demos. Just this is what he does. And what I wanted our listeners to hear from you. Now, Mike, you've worked with a lot of different producers, a lot of different musicians. Out of all these years of you doing this professionally, have you ever had a situation in a studio setting to where you were just ready to get up and walk out? I mean, something was either that bad or the producer was maybe such a butthole. I don't know. Have you ever ran into something like that before?
I can only think of one occasion. I mean, that never happened. It's just it's kind of funny that there's just a lot of old adages about business and music and entertainment and everything. But really, I mean, it seemed like really truly talented people are more secure. So they're just they're nice people. They don't have to cover their insecurity with aggressive behavior or anything like that. So yeah, most of the time people are great. But I did have a situation many years ago. Sometimes you get a call to do these sessions for people. This was like a situation where it was a guy. I think if I remember correctly, he was. He was a guy that had a lot of money from an oil well or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And he wasn't really in the music business, but he was kind of, one of these people who wanted to be. He wanted to wannabe. He
I got
to dabble in it,
sure.
with his money. And so, it's, you get a call from a studio, and this was, it was a studio that's not open anymore. Anyway, the studio manager called and said, "Yeah, can you got this guy, he's coming in, he wants to record, and it's going to pay everybody double scale and everything, and just, can you put a band together, and we're going to record this singer." I have no idea if they're any good or not,
right.
It's like, but, it's another day at work. So we, I call some guys and I mean, these are all like top-notch guys, for their time, all guys that are on hit records and everything. And so we show up, and this guy is like, he's had too much to drink already when we get there. And he's showing off for all of his friends and everything, and he just immediately we start to play, and the songs are really, they're not that bad, but they're not, not great either. But we
Sure.
being professionals, we treat him exactly the same way we would treat anyone.
Sure.
The biggest star. It wouldn't matter if he was, just this guy we just met or Alan Jackson. It didn't
Right.
matter. We
Right.
treated him exactly the same. So, but he's really just abusive and
Wow.
for whatever reason refuses to learn anybody's name. So if he wants, the drummer to play something different, the drummer was Milton Sledge, who, had played on Garth Brooks
yeah.
records, and, so it's, but he instead of saying, Milton, would you please do this or that? He says, hey, drummer, I want you to hit that drum, and he was just really being abusive, and, I'm making this story too long, but anyway. But,
that's good stuff.
But after that went on for about 20 minutes or so, I called the guys all aside and I said, look, I'm really sorry about this. I had no idea it would be this kind of situation, but I'm going to go in there and tell the guy, that we are not going to keep doing this. We're, that the session's over. And so I went in and I didn't speak to the guy at first, but I went to the studio manager and I said, look, this, and he, of course, started apologizing. I said, look, this is going too far. I said, this guy's abusive and, he's drunk. And I said, we're all just going to leave, and he said, oh, no, I'll go talk to the guy. And so he went and called the guy, and the guy was like immediately turned into this
angel.
Angel, yeah, he immediately turned into this sweet puppy dog and apologized and said, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I had when I had too much to drink." He was very contrite, and then everything went great. But we ended up having fun. But there is the only time I can think of something like that even happening.
Well, there's a solution for that too. And I want to help you out because you are a good friend of mine. Here's the solution if you ever run into that again. Just bring Moose Brown and then turn him loose on whoever that jerk is. Moose will handle it, I guarantee you. So, yeah, that's the solution. That's all you got to do. That'll solve the problem, because I'm scared of Moose. So, I mean, Moose is a big fella. I'm scared of him. So, but that'll solve that. That's got to be if when you are professionals and when you guys, it's like you brought up Milton Sledge. Milton Sledge was actually on that 45 record playing drums that I told you played guitar on.
Oh,
he was
cool.
the drummer in that session. So, and that's what is amazing, with all the Garth Brooks records and all that stuff. I still, even after all these years, every time I walk in a room with you guys, I can't help but still be in awe, man, because I'm like, boy, they're getting ready to make me look good. It's like, I think I've always looked at it that way as a producer and engineer. Somebody said something one time, and I told them I was a producer and I'm a mixing engineer. And they said, well, Earl, you do a really great job. And I said, well, the only reason I do a great job is because of all the guys and girls in between those two titles. And so it's to me, it's always the musicians. I've always put the musicians first. I'm always going to put them first. And but over the years, you guys have really made me look good. I mean, so that's why that's why I keep calling you guys because I don't have an ego. I'm not arrogant. I'm not going to be. I know where I'm good at, and I know where I'm not good at, and that's why you play electric on my recordings, and I don't do it. So well, listen, buddy. I am so grateful that you took time out of your day. I know you're tired. I know you just got off the road. I thank you so much for stopping by and visiting and sharing some of your life with my listeners. So I will be in touch with you again, buddy, and you have a great day. Get some rest, and please tell Peggy that I said hello.
Well, thanks, Earl. I appreciate it, and I hope I'll see you soon.
All right, Mike. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Wow. That was Mike Sievers. Great guitar player, just a great guy. He has always been the same, never changed out of all these years that I've known him. And I mean, all the records he's played on, it's just incredible that someone can stay as nice as that with all the success they've had. Great interview, Mike. Thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. I guess you know what that music means. You know what time it is? I'm going to tell you what time it is. It's somebody's birthday. That's what time it is. If it's your birthday, have a great day. Have fun. Act a little crazy. You're allowed to. It's your day. And on behalf of Let's Talk About Tomorrow, happy birthday! Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I'm talking to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. I want to wish a big happy birthday to a couple of friends on Facebook. Robin Davis, happy birthday. Steve Sherlock, happy birthday to the both of you. And everyone else having a birthday. Have a great day. All right, my next guest, no strangers. We actually give them their own segment. It's called the Real Estate Minute. That's our friends over at Cry Like Realtors, 931-648-2112. A big shout out to David Green, the managing broker over there. Appreciate it, David. Our guest today is going to be with us via the Let's Talk hotline. We're really glad to have her with us. Guys, they got a great staff over there at Cry Like Realtors, believe me. I'm just really excited to have Elaine Peterson with us today via the Let's Talk hotline. Hello, Elaine. Are you with us?
I sure am. I'm right here.
Oh,
Very
good.
excited to be on a podcast today.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but I love podcasts. I listen to podcasts all the time.
Oh, good.
And this is the first time I've actually gotten a chance to be on a podcast, so I'm super excited about it.
Oh, good, good. Well, listen, I'm glad to have you because I am a huge Cry Like Realtors fan. You know, David Green and I go way back. We're really good friends. I just think you guys really do have it going on over there. So I am so glad that you're with me today. And I just want you to kind of take off and share with our listeners who Elaine is, where you're from, what got you into real estate. Just let us know a little bit about you.
Okay. Well, I grew up in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I went to the University of Tennessee for 2 degrees.
Yeah.
And came out of school as a social worker with master's in social work and worked with all different types of people in different areas. And then I had my own kids and stayed home with my own kids for 13 years.
Wow, good.
And through all of that, I took on a lot of leadership positions around town and in my church and our community. And my kids started getting older and didn't need mom as much, so started thinking about joining the workforce again and felt like there was something else to do besides social work out there. And so did some home renovations myself. And
cool.
Really fell in love with that process and decided, hey, I'm going to try this real estate stuff out. And here I am.
Well, good.
I'm really enjoying it. It is super flexible, great for continuing to be a mom.
Yeah.
I'm working evenings and weekends and a lot through the day, but I can still kind of schedule things so that I can be at basketball games and cheerleading events and travel when I need to. And so it's really been a good fit for our family.
Well, that's awesome. Now, how long have you actually been in the real estate business?
So it'll be a year that I have been licensed this August.
Oh, well, good for you. Good for you. Now, how do you like working with David and all the gang over there?
So David is fantastic. So he knows everything.
Yeah.
And he is kind of my right-hand man, and I will call and text any time of day, and he is quick to respond and be right there to share his knowledge and his experience with me and kind of guide me when maybe I am new at have experienced something new in real estate.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been doing it for probably about 2 or 3 months now, hadn't he?
Or 20 years or something like that. I'm not sure which it is.
Yeah, he's been at it a long time. And one thing about David, he's just a great guy also.
He really is.
So
he is genuine and thoughtful and super nice.
Yeah.
And, I'm super glad to have landed in his team.
Yeah, sure. Well, listen, what, one of the great things that I like for my listeners to get from Cry Like Realtors, all of you guys have just got some great ideas, great tips, great things to share. We're not in the real estate business, so it's kind of a dark area for us. So we're really relying on all of you guys to share with us some things that we need to know. Is there something, special or unique maybe that you'd like to share with us today while you're with me?
Yeah. So since I am fairly new to the business, I remember still going through my real estate education courses. And then once I became a Cry Like Realtor, they also do their own little college that you take and, training after training after training. And one thing that I like to share with everybody I meet about real estate is that having a buyer's agent, which is if you are purchasing a home, having an agent specific to you is very, very important. But because they're going to walk you through all the steps, make sure they're negotiating you through the contract, make sure you're meeting every step of the way through that contract so you get to continue to buy that house of your dreams. But that comes at no cost to the buyer.
Oh.
And so I think that is something that a lot of your listeners out there may not know, is that you can have your own agent that works specifically for you as the buyer.
Wow.
And the seller will have their own agent that works with them, but the buyer actually it does not cost them a thing to have that buyer's agent.
That's awesome.
The commission paid to both the listing agent and the buyer agent comes from the actual seller's pocket, not from the buyer's pocket.
That's good news.
For buyers, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the kind of stuff you're going to be with me all week, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, bring all of that type of information, because that's really what we want to know. I always want my listeners to meet you guys first, share a few tips, and then just share whatever you want to share throughout the week. If you do run across any of those great listings that our listeners would love to know about, you just share whatever you want to share and teach us as much as you can throughout the week, because there's so many things we don't know. And a lot of my listeners, again, we're not in real estate, so we're not going to know. We're going to reach out to you guys for that. So
right. Yes. And we're here because we want to help, and we want to make that buying or selling of a home as easy, as pain-free and stress-free as possible, because I've sold houses and I've bought houses before, and I realized that can be an extremely stressful time in life. So having a realtor at your side to kind of walk you through the process, help you, say, this is normal, this is the way it goes, and, just encouraging deep breaths. I've done that for several clients. Okay, this is the part where you just take some deep breaths.
Exactly.
And keep pushing forward and moving through to the end.
Well, Elaine, do me a favor. Give our listeners some direct contact information where they can reach you.
Sure, yeah. My direct line is 804-239-0536. And that's my cell phone. You can call me or text me there.
Okay.
My web address is www.welcomehomewithelaine.com.
Oh, cool.
You can also email me at elaine.peterson@crylike.com.
Awesome. Well, there's several ways to get in touch with Elaine. And also, you can call the office number at Cry Like Realtors. That's 931-648-2112. And Elaine, I really do appreciate you stopping by and taking out the time. And just continue to bring great information, help our listeners out. And we really look forward to talking to you all week. And thanks for coming by. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much. I look forward to it.
All right, Elaine, you take care and have a great day, okay?
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Well, that was Elaine Peterson. Glad to have her aboard today. Great job, Elaine. Thumbs up. Come back, give us some good stuff tomorrow. Well, guys, that ought to wrap up our episode for today. I really do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us. Let me talk to you for a while. Big shout out to Mike Sievers. Great interview. Big thumbs up to Mike Sievers. Guys, join me again tomorrow because I do love talking to you. And I will talk to you again tomorrow.